गुड इवनिंग। कल तक हमने 70 क्वेश्चंस डिस्कस कर लिए थे। आज हम लोग क्वेश्चन नंबर 71 से शुरू करेंगे। जैसा आपको पता है कि इन पिछले 70 क्वेश्चंस में हमने कई छोटी छोटी बातें एरर के बतौर देखी। यदि आप सभी 70 क्वेश्चंस पे नजर डालेंगे तो आपको पता चलेगा कि these questions are very easy. What is the basic problem? The basic problem is we do not read a sentence, rather we try to spot the error. And the desperation to spot the error puts you under pressure, and that pressure simply moves you away from, in fact, finding the error. So anyway, एक बार कंफर्म कर दीजिए if audio and video is all right, so that we can start discussing it. This is very easy. Yes, please. Is audio and video all right? Okay, so question number 71. The city needs an airport that can efficiently manage a constant flow or a constantly flow. See, it's very easy. Verb, and this is the subject and verb. Subject verb agreement, and then that can manage, and the modifier of the verb is adverb. That's all right. That can efficiently manage a, now manage and the object, manage the flow, and flow is a noun, so modifier of a noun has to be an adjective, not an adverb. So what's wrong here? Instead of constantly, we must use constant. So the part B, C suffers from the error. So our answer choice is C, and the explanation, a constantly flow of, is a wrong expression. So we should use constant instead of constantly. Right, next one. This group of rural achievers is used for group, so subject verb agreement is fine. Very different than the ones in the past. It is different, and different always takes from. It is never different than, it is always different from. So what is the difference between? Difference is always between. Difference is between, and it is different from. A is different from B, and A differs from B. So what do we use? We use B, I mean different from. So which answer choice? I mean C, the part C suffers from the error. Instead of then, we should use from. Got it? Next question, question number 73. 73 reads, the government has announced plans to create, or to create So it has announced to create, announce, plans to create or to creating. So you will say creating is wrong. Here we should use create. So which part suffers? Part B of the sentence suffers from the error. Got it? Let's move to question number 74. The argument assumes, argument इस बात को मानकर चलता है that early detection of the disease will lead to an immediate drop in the mortality rating from this disease. So we need to know there is a difference between mortality, rate and rating. Rating is like, suppose if I say high rating, rating is grading. Rating is not the rate of change. Like rate of mortality means how many people die per thousand, per million or per billion. That is the rate of mortality. But mortality rating means its popularity or its quality. So instead of rating, we should use rate. Rational is correct. So substitute this rating with rate. So which part? Part D suffers from the error. So in question number 4, answer choice is D, 75. The two most important numbers is the mandarins of an economy. Mandarins means the top. The experts of an economy have to watch the two most important numbers which the mandarins of an economy have to watch are inflation and unemployment. Have to. So who? The mandarins have to, or the two most important numbers? The two numbers. So it is R. R is used for two numbers, that is plural, R is fine. And have to watch is for mandarins. So this is also plural and this is also plural. This is also plural and this is also plural. So there is no error. No error in terms of impacts. So see, there is no error. Error of punctuation is ignored. There is no error of inversion. There is no error of modification, adjective and adverb. There is no error of parallelism because and noun and inflation. Then there is no error of agreement and order because two numbers is are and mandarins plural have. Then there is no error of conjunction and comparison. There is no error of tense, aspect, voice and mood. There is no error of superfluous error or spelling, so there is no error in fact. No error of inversion, no error of modification, no error of parallelism, no error of agreement and order, no error of comparison and connective, no error of tense, aspect, voice and mood, and no error of spelling and superfluousness. Superfluity. Witness the young soldier's ability to repeatedly hit bullseye at arms training. Now see, witnessed. Who witnessed? Instructor pushed him to participate in the army marksmanship competition. Who? So witnessed is passive because it is in participle. But you know who does it there? Instructor. So instead of witnessed, we should use participle witnessing. So what is wrong here? Instead of witnessed, we should use witnessing. Because what did you do? You first witnessed that and then you made a decision. So you did something and then you moved there. Right? So what happens? Witnessed is we do not have, as a participle, we use ing. It can be being plus adjective or prepositional phrase, having plus verb ed2 form, and then you have straight away verb like doing. So these are three participles which are used in the beginning of a sentence. We may have being, we may have perfect participle, or we have participle straight away. So let's move to question number 77. It is all well known that women are generally in favor of light topics like jokes and expressions. Now, this is that, and that clause takes finite verb. That clause is a finite clause. It means if it is that and there is a verb, so after that, if there is a verb, it must have a finite verb, because a relative clause is a finite clause. So suppose there is a noun, then there is that, and then there is verb. This is the construction. It means this verb has to be finite. Simple. And causing, I mean present participle is not finite. Participle is not finite. Infinitive is not finite. Finite verb is those 24 anomalous finites, I mean helping verbs, is, am, are, was, were, has, have, had, does, do, did, can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, must, ought to, used to, dare, and need. These 24 verbs are finites, and present tense s or es is finite, and then verb ed1, that is past simple, जिसको verb की second form कहते हैं. These 24 and these two are collectively 26, and these 26 are finite forms. Only participle and only infinitive is not finite, it is non-finite. So what must be there? That is here for jokes and expressions, right? That cause or that causes. So these are plural. Jokes and expressions are plural. So plural, finite verb for plural, because it is in present. It is in present, is, are. So this verb must be in present. So I would say it is that cause laughter all around, right? So women are generally in favor of light topics like jokes and expressions that cause laughter all around, right? So this is how it goes. If there is a noun, then there is WH or that, and then there is a verb. So verb agrees with this noun because relative agrees with its antecedent. So this must be there, right? So it is all well known that there is noun, that women are generally in favor of light topics like jokes and expression. This is that, and this that is for jokes and expressions, and this that is conjunction straight away, and this is relative because that is used for jokes and expression. It is only conjunction, and this that is relative because this that is not for anything, but this that is used for jokes and expressions. Got it? So what is the right answer choice? It is cause. Got it? Let's move to the next. The evening breeze won't. Now will not is there, right? After modal auxiliaries we use bare infinitive. So suppose if I say will not is won't. If I say will not, I mean won't. So will not modal takes bare infinitive. तो बताइए आंसर क्या होना चाहिए? won't caring तो नहीं हो सकता क्योंकि want के बाद में caring नहीं हो सकता. So which part of the sentence suffers from the error? Part B suffers from the error. Got it? Question number 79. We are. Now here is are, and are is followed by verb. So be, and there is main verb. Now suppose after is, am, are, was, were. After is, am, are, was, were, we use the verb. So one idea is to infinitive. The other is present participle in active voice. And the third choice is past participle in passive voice. Now we are, this bring is not to infinitive, it is only bare infinitive. So suppose be plus verb, it's a wrong construction, it's an incorrect structure. So we are, or we brought in the idea that European rehabilitation focused. So one idea is this is past, so this can also be past. So we brought in the idea, but are brings, so which part of the sentence suffers from the error? Part A of the sentence suffers from the error, right? So in 79, are bring is incorrect. Reason, it is be, and the be is followed by bare infinitive, and be means is, am, are, was, were. And you know, we never use bare infinitive with verb be. We use to infinitive or present participle and past participle, but we never use bare infinitive after verb be. Got it? We never use bare infinitive after auxiliary be. Question number 80. If parents are able to get their children into schools kaun se wale that are far away, the next challenge is transportation. So first things, R is for parents. There is also for parents. So subject verb agreement, fine. R is for that, and that is for schools, right? No problem. The next challenge is singular, challenge is singular, no error. So in this case, there is no error in this question because following this punctuation, avoid punctuation. Inversion does not apply here. There is no error of inversion, there is no error of modification, there is no error of parallelism, there is no error of agreement and order. There is no error of comparison and connective. There is no error of tense, aspect, voice and mood. And there is no error of spelling and superfluity. Right? So there is no error. Question number 81. Very easy. So, these questions are very easy and anybody can solve it provided you understand, the basics, the pure basics, the perception of others, particularly family members, changed. What changed? The perception changed. When he qualified is in the past and changed is in the past. You qualify on a job or you qualify for a job? You qualify for a job. You do not qualify. You do not qualify. You do not qualify on a job, rather you qualify for a job. Every house should have the device as it protects people from a common household disaster. Every house should have the device as it protects people from a common household disaster. So see, verb here it is should have. Modal verbs do not have number contrast. They do not have number contrast. It means modal auxiliaries are used for both singulars and plurals in the same form. Then we have protects. Protects is used for it. It is singular. Protects is as it protects people from a common household disaster. So again, impacts. Inversion, no problem, no error of inversion. Error of modification, there is no error of modification. Any error of agreement and order, there is no error of agreement and order. Any error of comparison and connective, no error of comparison and connective. Any error of tense, aspect, voice and mood, no error of tense, aspect, voice and mood. Any error of spelling or superfluity, no error of spelling and superfluity. So the answer choice is no error. Got it? Automated baggage handling systems are ensuring that on the time passengers are out of the. Now automated baggage handling systems are is used for these systems. Now automated baggage handling system are ensuring that now on time is used, passengers are out of the plane, their baggage is already waiting for them. Got it? So what is wrong there? See here, ensuring that on the time or at the time, yeah, by the time. So it must be, by the time the passengers are out of. So instead of on the time, we must use either by the time or at the time of. क्योंकि आप जानते हैं कि कोई पैसेंजर मान लीजिए 6:10 पे शुरू होता है और 6:15 पे वो बाहर जाएगा. अब एयरपोर्ट पे आपके सामने कैरोसेल लगा हुआ है, वहां से आपका बैगेज आ रहा है. अब ये जो बैगेज सिस्टम है, द पैसेंजर विल बी आउट एट 6:15. अब लगेज यहाँ बाहर होना चाहिए और द पैसेंजर विल वेट फॉर इट. So by the time, in future it is there. So by the time passengers are out of their plane, their baggage is already waiting for them. ये होना चाहिए था. So what is on the time or by the time? It has to be by the time the passengers are out of their plane. By the time the passengers are out of their plane, their baggage is already waiting for them. That has to be the answer. So even instead of at, we will use by the time. Got my point? Let's move to the question number 84. The transit systems, underground tunnels and stations will be constructed next heritage structure. ध्यान दीजिएगा. Read it easily. The first thing is the transit systems, underground tunnels and stations. So what will be constructed? Tunnels and stations will be constructed. Where? So आप कहेंगे next to और next, क्योंकि आप ये बताना चाह रहे हो they will be constructed and the question is where will they be constructed. तो where के लिए आंसर क्या देंगे? next और next to. Next is the order and next to आना चाहिए तो क्या होना चाहिए? that is the next to. तो लोकेशन बताने के लिए कॉमन एरर है. मैंने आपको पहले भी बताया है, कुछ एरर्स ऐसी हैं जो फ्रीक्वेंट है, जैसे नियरली और नियर बाय कॉमन है, नेक्स्ट और नेक्स्ट टू कॉमन है. तो अब ध्यान रखेंगे कब नेक्स्ट टू आएगा और कब नेक्स्ट आएगा. सो नेक्स्ट टू हेरिटेज स्ट्रक्चर्स. So the transit systems, underground tunnels and stations will be constructed next to. कहाँ construct किया जाएगा? Next to heritage structures. Got it? Question number 85. Residents have been planting the ornamental trees outside their homes and in lawns to add beauty and give their place a grand look. Simple. पहले देखते हैं. Have been planting कौन? The residents. Residents plural और have been भी plural. Not an issue. They have been planting. किसको plant कर रहे हैं? The ornamental trees outside their homes. ठीक है. And in lawns. एक तो घर के बाहर भी और घर के lawn में भी. तो यहाँ किसको किससे कनेक्ट किया गया है? outside their homes यानी homes and lawns को कनेक्ट किया गया है. to add beauty and give their place a grand look. and के इधर add beauty and give यहाँ पे क्या है? grand look. that's there. so वही inversion की कोई एरर नहीं है, modification की कोई एरर नहीं है. पैरेललिज्म में एंड के इधर एड, इधर भी गिव, एंड के इधर होम्स, इधर लोन्स प्रेपोजिशनल फ्रेज के साथ है. सो इधर भी प्रेपोजिशनल फ्रेज और इधर भी प्रेपोजिशनल फ्रेज. सो द पॉइंट इज देयर इज नो एरर. ना इन्वर्सन में कोई एरर है, ना मॉडिफिकेशन में कोई एरर है, ना पैरेललिज्म में कोई एरर है, ना ही कोई अग्रीमेंट एंड ऑर्डर में कोई एरर है, ना ही कोई कंपैरिजन और कनेक्टिव में एरर है, ना ही कोई टेंस, एस्पेक्ट, वॉइस और मूड में एरर है, ना ही कोई स्पेलिंग में एरर है और ना ही कोई सुपरफ्लुअस एक्सप्रेशन की एरर है. क्वेश्चन नंबर 86. क्वेश्चन नंबर 86 क्या कह रहा है? अ डायमंड ज्वेलर्स पियोन tipped off a gang about the gold in his employer's vault. Tipped, tip off मतलब किसी को सूचना देना. तो पियन ने किसको सूचना दी? डायमंड ज्वेलर के पियोन ने टिप ऑफ किया, किसको टिप ऑफ किया? वही दोपहर वाली बात मुझे फिर बोलनी पड़ेगी। अभी 19 कॉन्करेंट व्यूअर्स हैं और देर आर ओनली 13 लाइक्स। आप समझ नहीं रहे हो यार, मामला श्रीमती जी का है, समझ नहीं रहे हो। Alright, so there are only 13 likes and concurrent viewers are 19. कंजूसी क्यों? A diamond jeweler's peon tipped off a gang about the gold in his employer's vault. ठीक है, सूचना दी वाब है। किसने सूचना दी? पियोन ने दी। किसको सूचना दी? गैंग को दी। किसके बारे में टिप ऑफ किया? कि उसके एम्प्लॉयर के वॉल्ट में क्या है? गोल्ड है। सो देयर इज नो एरर, राइट। आगे देखिए क्वेश्चन नंबर 87। ही सैड पास्ट में है that the performance of the Indian team was satisfactory at the international meet and that they learned a lot from watching top seeded players. If you watch, then you watch through or you watch in action. Suppose as Virat Kohli is playing and you are watching him playing. So if you are watching him playing means you are watching him in action or you are watching him through action. So watch somebody in action or you watch somebody through action. You watch somebody in action. So what is the answer? It must be players in action. So which part suffers from the error? Part D suffers from the error. Question number 88. Watching. Watching is a verb and watching is an abstract noun. जिन भी verbs को ing लगा करके noun बनाते हैं और उनके लिए यदि हम verb का यूज करते हैं तो वो क्या होते हैं? सिंगुलर होते हैं। Watching the exponential talent of world tennis was the best. अब द बेस्ट होगा तो वो प्लूरल नहीं हो सकता। सुपरलेटिव डिग्री के बाद हमेशा नाउन क्या होगा? सुपरलेटिव डिग्री के बाद में नाउन क्या होना चाहिए? सिंगुलर। ही इज द बेस्ट पर्सन और ही इज द बेस्ट पर्सन्स। ऐसा हो सकता है वन ऑफ द बेस्ट पर्सन्स, क्योंकि वन है, वन ऑफ मैनी होगा, तो वन ऑफ द बेस्ट पर्सन्स। लेकिन यदि आप यूं कहें कि ही इज द बेस्ट आ गया तो फिर क्या नहीं होगा? पर्सन्स नहीं होगा। ही इज द बेस्ट पर्सन तो थिंग्स नहीं होगा, यहाँ पे क्या होना चाहिए था? द बेस्ट थिंग टू हैपन टू हिम। गॉट इट? क्वेश्चन नंबर 89। द मीटिंग took place a day after the agency held a meeting with project contractors to evaluate steps. अब मैंने थोड़ी देर पहले ही आपको बताया था, यहां took place ठीक है। A day after the agency held a meeting with project contractors to evaluate steps. ये that किसके लिए है? आपने कहा steps के लिए है। steps noun है, noun के बाद में that आया और that के बाद में verb आई। यदि noun है और ये that इस noun के लिए आया तो ये verb कैसी होनी चाहिए? finite होनी चाहिए। और finite के लिए मैंने थोड़ी देर पहले ही बताया कि there are 26, 24 तो auxiliary verbs और जो आपकी बाकी 2 verbs हैं जो हमने कहा प्रेजेंट में s और es और verb की ed to form, उनको यूज करेंगे। तो यहाँ that के बाद में प्रेजेंट पार्टिसिपल आएगा, पास्ट पार्टिसिपल आएगा कि फाइनाइट वर्ब आनी चाहिए? तो आप कहेंगे फाइनाइट आना चाहिए, तो यहाँ पे आप क्या लिखेंगे? इवेल्युएट स्टेप्स दैट आर बीइंग टेकन। अब ठीक है, क्योंकि अब आर तो फाइनाइट है और बीइंग इसकी वर्ब है, तो ये पैसिव हो गया, पर आ फाइनाइट है। सो होना क्या चाहिए था, यहां दैट के बाद में एक फाइनाइट वर्ब के बतौर आर भी होना चाहिए था। सो विच पार्ट इज करेक्ट, that are will be correct. So that are being taken to ensure that the buildings were not affected. So which part of the sentence from the error? This part of the sentence suffers from the error. Let's move to 90. The director explained the theme and the concept of the International Folk Festival. There is no such error. So it is explained past the director and there is no such error. I mean everything is all right. Object के बतौर क्या दिया है? The theme and the concept of the International Folk Festival. So explain का object कौन हो गया? ये सब object हो गया. So यहाँ पर तो कोई error है ही नहीं. The flight among rival candidates, the fight, sorry, मैं fight है और fight had started among rival candidates. अब देखिए fight हमेशा fight और फिर आपने कहा between और among persons over something है ना, मुद्दा जो होगा वो क्या होगा, over होगा. This is fight over this issue. So fight किस पे है, over this issue होगा कि फिर से यहाँ between होगा, the fight between the medium और the fight over the medium. So किसी मुद्दे पर लड़ाई होगी तो किसी मुद्दे पर लड़ाई कैसे होगी, किसी मुद्दे पर तो लड़ाई जब भी होगी तब आप क्या करेंगे, मुद्दे पर लड़ाई का सीधा मतलब होगा fight between या fight over. आप कहेंगे this is the fight over. That's there. Question number 92. Acting on a tip of the anti-robbery squad led by Inspector laid a trap. Past में है, if you lay a trap मतलब जाल बिछाना. So he lay का past क्या हो गया, he laid a trap. ठीक है, जाल बिछाया. Acting on a tip of ये अलग हो गया, कौन कर रहा था, the anti-robbery squad. ठीक है, इनको ही टिप मिली, यही एक्ट कर रहे थे. Led by Inspector, ये तो स्क्वाड है यहां से लेकर यहां तक, तो ये इसका नाउन फ्रेज हो गया. और लेड क्या हो गया, एंटी रॉबरी स्क्वाड का वर्ब कौन है, led by Inspector. So the squad laid a trap for the robbers. There is no error, right? Question number 93. The process of revising figures of damage to get additional compensation. अब यहाँ has begun होगा कि has begun होगा, क्या होना चाहिए, has begun होना चाहिए. क्या नहीं होगा, आप जानते हैं has have had के बाद में past participle form आती है, तो क्या नहीं होगा, हाँ जी, क्या नहीं होगा, begun होगा, began नहीं होगा. 94. Farmers who grow the crop are, who are the versed, they are hit, not an issue. are के बाद में verb और farmers are versed as the investment they make on a crop is huge as compared to. अब यहाँ पर huge as compared to the profit, या मैं यूं कहूं, बोलिए जी. Farmers who grow the crop are versed as the investment they make on a crop is huge एज कंपेयर टू द प्रॉफिट, तो यहाँ एज का प्रयोग यहाँ हुआ है और एज का प्रयोग यहाँ हुआ है। गॉट इट? कौन सा वाला एज जो है वो कंजंक्शन है? हमने कहा ये वाला एज कंजंक्शन है, क्योंकि इसके बाद में क्या है? इन्वेस्टमेंट इज ह्यूज, तो सब्जेक्ट है और वर्ब है। अब फार्मर्स आर दी वर्सेट, कैसे, क्यों? सो एज the investment, yeah, because the investment they make on a crop is a huge, as and because, इन दोनों में डिफरेंस को एक्सप्लोर करें अपने स्तर पे और फिर पता कीजिए कि आप एज और बिकॉज में डिफरेंस क्या है। देन यू विल कम टू नो अ लॉट मेनी थिंग्स। डिफरेंस बिटवीन एज एंड बिकॉज खुद एक्सप्लोर कीजिए, बताते ही तो वो इजी हो जाएगा, थोड़ा एक्सप्लोर कीजिएगा। द गवर्नमेंट इज मेड, द गवर्नमेंट इज मेड, गवर्नमेंट को बनाया गया है, या द गवर्नमेंट हैज मेड। इज मेड इज पैसिव, पैसिव के बाद में तो ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं आ सकता, तो इस इज को हमें किस में बदलना है? द गवर्नमेंट हैज मेड इट मैंडेटरी फॉर फार्मेसीज, तो इसकी जगह क्या आना चाहिए? हैज आना चाहिए। क्यों? क्योंकि हम एक के बाद ऑब्जेक्ट है। देखिए ऑब्जेक्ट है तो पैसिव, पैसिव में बी प्लस पास्ट पार्टिसिपल, तो पैसिव होना चाहिए, पैसिव होना चाहिए कि एक्टिव होना चाहिए? आप कहेंगे कि एक्टिव होना चाहिए। क्यों? क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट ने इसे क्या कर दिया है? अनिवार्य कर दिया है, मेड इट मैंडेटरी। आगे चलते हैं, क्वेश्चन नंबर 96। While these schools have a strong traditional hold, the reason for forming a consortium in India, the reason is to, the goal is to encourage cultural diversity for their institutes or in their institutes. Encourage cultural diversity for their institutes or in their institutes. These schools have a strong traditional hold. The reason for forming a consortium in India is, so there must be diversity in these institutions. So encourage cultural diversity. Cultural diversity is in, not cultural diversity is for. So what is there? Encourage cultural diversity in their institutes. So which part suffers from the error? I mean part D suffers from the error. What? While these schools have a strong traditional hold, the reason for forming a consortium in India is in curriculum. Oh yes, but that's the same part. In these institutes, right? क्योंकि ये भी नहीं दिया गया है कि ये किसके लिए है, but ultimately it is diversity in. So the same part there, part D suffers from the error. So question 97. The government soon will make it mandatory for all private hospitals to notify infectious cases as soon as they are detected. आप जानते हैं सब्जेक्ट हो और वर्ब हो, सो एडवर्ब किसके लिए होगा? इस वर्ब में हेल्पिंग वर्ब हो और मेन वर्ब हो, तो एडवर्ब को हेल्पिंग वर्ब से पहले नहीं रखेंगे। एडवर्ब हेल्पिंग वर्ब और मेन वर्ब के बीच में हो सकता है, राइट? सो मैं इसे यूं कहूं, इस तरह से, जैसे मैं कहूं आई ऑलवेज go there, कोई बात नहीं है। यहाँ सीधी मैन वर्ब है, ये सब्जेक्ट है, सब्जेक्ट और मैन वर्ब के बीच में क्या आ गया, एडवर्ब आ गया। और देखिए मैं इसको नेगेटिव बनाता हूं, तो मैंने कहा आई डोंट ऑलवेज गो देयर। अब मैं इसे यूं थोड़ी कह सकता हूं कि आई ऑलवेज डोंट गो देयर, क्योंकि हेल्पिंग वर्ब से पहले आप इस एडवर्बियल को प्लेस नहीं करेंगे। हेल्पिंग वर्ब और मैन वर्ब के रूप में प्लेस हो सकता है इन बिटवीन, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं होगा कि आप हेल्पिंग वर्ब से पहले इसे प्लेस कर देंगे। तो सून का प्लेसमेंट कहाँ होना चाहिए था, द गवर्नमेंट विल सून मेक, सो गवर्नमेंट विल सून मेक इट मैंडेटरी, सो कहाँ होना चाहिए था, द गवर्नमेंट सून विल या विल सून मेक इट मैंडेटरी, विल सून मेक इट मैंडेटरी, राइट। आगे देखिए क्वेश्चन नंबर 98, school children who so far have had rationed access, यानी अनलिमिटेड एक्सेस नहीं थे, लिमिटेड एक्सेस थे कि आज इनका नंबर आ गया तो कल उनका नंबर आएगा, to the few playgrounds in the city or on the city, few playgrounds in the city must be happy by the recent move, so on the city और in the city क्या होना चाहिए, in the city होना चाहिए। तो यहाँ एरर क्या है, ऑन की जगह इन आना चाहिए, तो दैट्स एन इजी एरर। दैट थर्ड सीजन, आई मीन क्वेश्चन नंबर 99, द थर्ड सीजन ऑफ द पॉपुलर टेलीविजन शो विल एंड, विल के बाद में बेयर इन्फिनेटिव आएगा या विल के बाद में एस और ईएस आएगा। आप जानते हो कि मॉडल के बाद क्या होगा, बेयर इन्फिनेटिव होगा। तो यहां किसका यूज होना चाहिए, यहां किसका यूज होना चाहिए, यहां विल एंड हो सकता है पर विल एंड्स नहीं हो सकता। एंड दिस इज द क्वेश्चन ऑफ द, आई मीन द फाइनल क्वेश्चन ऑफ द डे। The website which does not accept advertisements and is funded entirely by donations describes, हमने कहा कोमा से कोमा तक को हमने हटा दिया, यहां से लेकर यहां तक की यूनिट तो एक है, is funded entirely by donations, so which is describes is for the website, so the website describes itself as the 5th most popular website on the planet. On the planet means earth pe, that's there, so there is no error. So we have done some 30 questions today, and you know 71 to 100 we have completed these 30 questions. If you have any question, you can ask me by commenting in the chat box, and these questions are very easy. So if you are focused, you are doing these questions, you will find these questions very interesting. Got it? So thank you. Keep on learning, keep on enjoying. See you tomorrow in the morning at 7:15, in the afternoon at 3 o'clock, and in the evening at 6 o'clock. Right? In the morning we do a vocabulary session. In the afternoon we do a reading session. And in the evening we do a grammar session, I mean errors and sentence improvement. So thank you for being with us.